Everybody, and today in the series of first page of great classic books, we have Story of Philosophy by Will Durant. It's a very famous book on philosophy. Many people have got an understanding of philosophy because of this book, and he writes very beautifully, very literary, and you can feel it. I won't come between you and Will Durant. We'll get into the first page of the Story of Philosophy, the lives and opinions of the world's greatest philosophers from Plato to John Dewey. Introduction on the uses of philosophy. This is the first page. There is a pleasure in philosophy and a lure, attraction, even as the mirages of metaphysics, which every student feels until the coarse necessities of physical existence drag him drag him from the heights of thought into the mart of economic strife and gain. Most of us have known some golden days in the June of life when philosophy was, in fact, what Plato calls it that dear delight, inverted commas. When the love of a modestly elusive truth seemed more glorious, incomparably, than the lust for the ways of the flesh and the dross of the world. And there is always some wistful remnant in us of that early wooing of wisdom. Life has meaning. Now, there's a quotation, open quote. Life has meaning. We feel with Browning to find its meaning is my meat and drink. So much of our lives is meaningless, a self canceling vacillation and futility. We strive with the chaos about us and within. But we would be, but we would believe all the while that there is something vital and significant in us. Could we but decipher our own souls? He's giving a promise. We want to understand. Open quote. One more quote is coming. Life means for us constantly to transform into light and flame all that we are or meet with. Close quote. We are like Mithya in the Brothers Karamazov. Open quote. One of those who don't want millions but an answer to all their questions. We want to seize the value and perspective of passing things. And so to pull ourselves up out of the maelstrom, maelstro, maelstrom, this whole wind storm of daily circumstance. We want to know that the little things are little and the big things big. Before it is too late, we want to see things now as they will seem forever. Open quote, in the light of eternity. We want to learn to laugh. We want to learn to laugh in the face of the inevitable, to smile even at the looming of death. Yeah. We want to be whole, to coordinate our energies by criticizing and harmonizing our desires. For coordinate energy is the last word in ethics and politics, and perhaps in logic and metaphysics too. Coordination of energies. Open quote. To be a philosopher, said Thoreau, is not merely to have subtle thoughts, not even to found a school, but so to love wisdom as to live according to its dictates, a life of simplicity, independence, magnanimity, and trust. Close quote. We may be sure that if we can but find wisdom, all things else will be added unto us. Open quote. Seek ye first the good things of the mind, Bacon admonishes us, and the rest will either be supplied or its loss will not be felt. Truth will not make us rich, but it will make us free. That is Will Durant. Actually, Will Durant is the greatest writer, I think, because in the last 30 years, he wrote 11 volumes. 11 volumes of history. I think he wanted to sweep the whole bloody wisdom. What hunger he must have had. 11 volumes of history, 1100, sorry, 11,000 pages. Really, he wrote a 850 page book of India on India, and the first 20 pages he just caught India, caught it like most of the half intellectuals don't even today. Really, I understood India through him. Unfortunately, he understood the whole crazy uh, uh, inquiries of Indian inquiries. He understood that. There's nothing that he didn't understand, it seems. Starting from, I think, 70 to 96, he and his wife later, they wrote 11,000 pages and couldn't complete it. He wanted to synthesize the whole history. And if you read somewhere along the way, you will synthesize it for yourself. Even this is almost a synthesis. So I think this is a book which I would obviously recommend. The Story of Philosophy of Will Durant. And he presents his view. The beauty of books is that when you read many books, you get what I call the induction of the humanities. I call it because once you know everything, then it's called abundance of clarity. You get to know the one thing. Anyway, thank you.